Sheikh Hamdan's broken heart story shocks mom and wife. This is a poem, not a headline, a story shaped by feeling and shadow, a heart speaking through imagined silence, not truth of news or spoken record, only poetry walking in soft light. The night held its breath gently as emotions surfaced without warning. A son stood quiet before his mother. A husband lowered his guarded eyes, love trembling between past and present. His heart carried stories untold, stories no one dared to ask, not because they were forbidden, but because they were too human, too fragile for crowded voices. His mother saw the ache first, the way his smile arrived late, the way his eyes avoided light. She felt it before words existed. A mother always knows the storm. His wife watched in quiet strength, not with doubt or sharp questions, but with patience born from love. She sensed a wound older than vows, a scar time never fully erased. This was not betrayal or regret. It was memory asking to breathe, a reminder that hearts carry history, even when they choose new forever, even when love is real and present. He did not speak of names. He did not open the past aloud, but silence itself became confession, a soft surrender to those who loved him, enough to see beyond pride. His mother touched his trembling hand, not to ask, but to bless. His wife stood closer than before, not threatened, but understanding, because love grows when truth is allowed. The broken heart was not recent. It was an old lesson, resurfacing, a reminder of how deeply he feels, how fiercely he loves once committed, how fully he gives without defense. They did not judge his quiet tears. They did not demand explanations. They stood as witnesses to healing, as women who loved the same man in different sacred ways. That moment shocked no one loudly, but it changed everything silently, because vulnerability reshaped strength, and love became deeper than image, more honest than perfection. This is not a story of loss. It is a story of becoming whole, of a heart allowed to be human, seen by those who mattered most, held without needing to be fixed. And in that quiet understanding, the broken heart finally rested, not erased, but accepted, not hidden, but honored, because love stayed instead of leaving. She did not speak when she heard it. Her eyes answered before her lips. Silence trembled around her heartbeat, as if love knocked without warning, and memory opened the door gently. Her hands shook, holding old memories, moments she buried under brave smiles. She felt his words like soft rain, touching wounds she never showed, healing places even time ignored. She turned away from crowded noise, choosing solitude over loud reactions, because real feelings arrive quietly. They sit beside the soul patiently, waiting to be understood fully. Her breath slowed, remembering promises, once whispered beneath uncertain skies. Love she thought was lost forever, returned wearing patience and truth, not demanding, just standing there. She did not cry for the world. She cried for herself alone. For nights she survived without answers. For strength no one ever praised. For love she carried in silence. His love reached her without touch, without questions, without conditions. It said, I see you now. I understand what you endured. I stayed even when unseen. Her heart argued with her fears, fear born from past goodbyes, fear taught by broken trust. Yet, love spoke louder than pain, and courage slowly replaced doubt. She remembered how hearts learn slowly. After breaking, after losing hope, they do not rush toward joy. They walk carefully toward truth, testing each step with honesty. His love did not chase her. It waited like sunrise waits night, confident, calm, inevitable, gentle. That patience softened her resistance more than any dramatic promise. She whispered his name once, not for the world to hear, but for her soul to accept. That love can return wiser and still choose the same heart. She realized reaction is not noise. It is the quiet, yes, inside. The moment fear loosens its grip, the moment the heart exhales and allows love to stay. Her silence confused many watching, but silence was her loudest truth, because she felt not shock, but recognition, deep and familiar, like destiny remembering its path. Love did not surprise her. It returned when she was ready, when she no longer begged, when she learned her own worth and trusted healing over haste. She stood alone beneath night sky, holding tears that felt lighter now, because someone finally understood the language of her quiet pain and answered it with respect. This was not drama or spectacle. This was reunion without touching, two hearts aligned across distance, choosing maturity over chaos, choosing truth over fear. Her reaction was not sudden. It was the result of survival, of lessons learned through heartbreak, of strength earned through solitude, of love refined by time. And in that quiet moment, she smiled not widely but deeply, because love had returned correctly, not to rescue her, but to walk beside her. The world expected noise, but love chose silence again, because deepest emotional, safe in his vulnerability, because he did not hide his pain. He showed it without shame or pride, and that courage touched her soul more than any grand declaration. In that moment she did not respond, not because she felt nothing, but because she felt everything, and hearts sometimes need stillness to absorb love that arrives whole. She saw herself in his honesty, saw her wounds, reflected gently, and for the first time believed that broken hearts are not rejected. They are simply waiting for truth. Her breath softened, her shoulders eased. The world faded into quiet corners, because love had found its way, not with noise, not with spectacle, but with sincerity and patience. She understood his love was choice, not impulse, not illusion, a choice made after pain and loss, a love aware of consequences, yet brave enough to step forward. Her reaction was not dramatic, it was deep and real and human. A nod, a tear, a held breath, a heart finally saying yes to being seen without defense. She carried his love carefully, like something sacred and fragile, knowing love like this transforms, not instantly but honestly, not loudly but forever. And though she said nothing then, her heart answered clearly inside, because true love does not rush. It waits, it listens, it stays, until two souls are ready. That was her reaction to his love, quiet, strong, and full of meaning. A moment where two hearts aligned, without explanation, without doubt, only truth standing between them. She stood quietly beneath soft evening light, her eyes holding stories, words never told. The city breathed, but she remained still, listening to a love spoken without sound, a love reaching her careful, guarded heart. She felt the weight of unseen devotion, not shouted, not dressed in golden pride. It arrived like a gentle, honest truth, knocking softly on her wounded soul, asking nothing, only offering presence. Her hands trembled, remembering old scars, promises once broken without apology. Yet this love felt different, deeply patient. It did not rush her tears or fears. It waited like dawn waits for night. She read his silence like sacred poetry. Every pause spoke louder than vows. She sensed